Have you ever noticed how procrastination quietly sneaks into our lives, catching us completely unaware? Imagine it's 5 p.m., and you just woke up from your afternoon nap, feeling ready to dive into your project. You open your laptop, full of energy and focus, prepared to start working. But the moment you're about to begin, your phone buzzes with a notification. It's Instagram. You think, just one post, but before you realize it, one post turns into three into 10, and suddenly an hour has slipped away scrolling aimlessly. Frustrated, you put the phone down, determined to finally get to work. Back at your laptop, your mind whispers, "I'm a bit tired, maybe a cup of tea will help me focus." You make the tea, sip it slowly, and just when you're ready to start, your phone rings again. A friend calls. 10, 20, 30 minutes pass as you chat, laugh, and catch up. You hang up and tell yourself, now for real, it's time to work. Yet the moment you're about to focus, your stomach protests. I need to eat first to have enough energy. You grab a snack, return, ready to work, and then your brain convinces you to postpone. It's too late now. Let's start fresh tomorrow morning. You set your alarm for 5 a.m., imagining a productive day ahead, and yet the cycle repeats itself. This is the invisible rhythm of procrastination. It continues day after day until a looming deadline or exam approaches. Then panic hits. Your brain floods with stress and anxiety. If I don't finish this project now, I'll fail. Everything will go wrong. That pressure triggers an intense focus, not because procrastination has disappeared, but because the panic monster in your mind awakens, forcing you to push through and deliver, often regardless of quality. This is the fascinating insight shared by Tim Urban in his famous TED Talk, viewed by over 57 million people. Urban describes three characters living in the mind of a procrastinator. First, the rational decision maker, the logical, forward-thinking part of our brain that plans for long-term success and urges us to work responsibly. Alone, this character would keep us productive, but it is never alone. The second character is the instant gratification monkey, who thrives on immediate pleasure. It hates effort and delays, preferring to binge on entertainment, social media, or mindless distractions. It convinces us that tasks can always wait, dragging our attention away from meaningful work. The third character, the panic monster, only awakens when a deadline looms. Then it scares the monkey into action, flooding us with urgency and anxiety, pushing us to work intensively, often overnight, to meet deadlines. Urban's metaphor aligns with scientific insights. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for long-term planning and self-control, while the limbic system seeks immediate reward. The amygdala triggers fear and stress when deadlines approach, forcing us into action. Understanding this interplay is crucial. Procrastination harms us most when tasks are self-directed, long-term, and without external deadlines, like maintaining health, pursuing personal projects, or leaving a toxic relationship. These neglected areas become where procrastination's true cost shows, the gap between our potential and our actual life outcomes. Tim Urban illustrates life visually with a grid of weeks, showing how limited our time is and how procrastination steals it subtly. Recognizing this, he emphasizes the importance of awareness and deliberate action. We must confront procrastination not as a fleeting annoyance, but as a major obstacle to achieving our potential. So how can we fight procrastination and regain control of our lives? Neil Fiore, author of The Now Habit, offers a practical scientific approach with 4 powerful strategies. The first is identifying triggers. Triggers are the sparks that pull our attention away from important work, sometimes external like a phone notification, and sometimes internal like stress, anxiety, or feeling overwhelmed. By recognizing these triggers, writing them down, and understanding the emotions behind them, we can begin to control them instead of being controlled. Often, it's not Instagram or social media at fault. It's our inner state, our unresolved feelings or fears that push us to distraction. The more we understand our internal triggers, the stronger our ability to resist procrastination becomes. The second strategy is the 10-minute rule. When the instant gratification monkey tempts you, tell yourself, "I'll do this distraction, but just 10 minutes from now." That small pause gives your mind space to reflect, is this worth my time now? You assert control over your choices, exercising adult self-discipline and strengthen impulse control. Over time, this simple practice creates a powerful habit of resisting distractions without feeling deprived. Third is time boxing. Allocate specific blocks of time for tasks. For example, I will work on this project from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and study from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. This predetermination reduces uncertainty and creates a clear roadmap for your day. The clearer you are about what you will do and when, the less room there is for procrastination to sneak in. Time boxing transforms vague intentions into actionable steps, making even daunting projects approachable. Fourth, schedule time for procrastination itself. It might sound strange, but by setting aside designated time for leisure, like Instagram, games, or entertainment, you acknowledge your desires while keeping them under control. Procrastination becomes a managed activity, instead of a runaway force that steals your precious time. Beyond Fiore strategies, there are additional techniques that make a significant difference. Start small. Instead of imagining the entire project or study session, focus on the first step. Commit to just 5 minutes. Often, once you start, momentum carries you further than expected. Break big projects into smaller, achievable pieces. Each completed piece provides a sense of progress and motivation, gradually building toward the full goal. Your brain receives the message, "I can do this," making the task less intimidating. Understanding the psychology behind procrastination also helps. Knowing that the rational decision maker, instant gratification monkey, and panic monster exist in your mind allows you to predict your responses and plan accordingly. You realize that procrastination is not laziness. It's a misalignment between immediate desires and long-term goals. Awareness transforms your perspective from frustration to strategy. Ultimately, combating procrastination is about reclaiming your time and energy. By identifying triggers, applying the 10-minute rule, time boxing, scheduling controlled leisure, starting small, and breaking tasks into manageable pieces, you create an environment where focus and productivity naturally flourish. This isn't just about completing projects, it's about living a life aligned with your potential, respecting your limited time, and choosing action over delay. Every small step taken consistently builds momentum, empowering you to shape your life intentionally. Remember, procrastination is a challenge we all face, but it doesn't have to control us. By understanding the science, adopting practical strategies, and nurturing self-awareness, you can transform hesitation into action, distractions into productivity, and potential into achievement. Your future self will thank you for the focus and dedication you cultivate today.